former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Congresswoman, you don't agree with everything I say. I think I can say that with a certain degree of with a high degree of certainty. You're laughing. Go ahead, laugh.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, but you do believe in free speech. You do believe in open debate.
Very much so.
Not many Democrats will come on a program like this. Why won't they come?
That's a good question for them. I can tell you why I come is because I do believe very much in free speech, civil discourse, and dialogue. This is what is at the heart of our democracy, where the American people have the opportunity to gather information, have debate, have dialogue, maybe sometimes fiery, sometimes calm, but then really come to our own conclusions as the American people, and then choose leaders who we believe will reflect those views and who will uphold our Constitution and maintain that freedom, Sean. And that's what's so dangerous about all these different things that these different things that we're seeing here, whether it's with Joe Rogan or many of the other people who are facing this kind of censorship and silencing that's coming from the power elite up on high, who decide, okay, here's the message, here's the propaganda that we want to put out in the country, that we want to be able to control. They use their propagandists within the mainstream media news to do their work. And they want to make sure people swallow whatever it is they're pushing out. And if you don't, if you disagree or dare to question or bring a different perspective or a different view, then they have their tactics to either try to censor or silence you or discredit you, smear your character so that when you speak, they've already created this suspicion in people's minds, like, hey, we can't trust whatever that person says. And that prevents them from having to actually debate on the issues, having to deal with the substance of the issues that affect the American people and our country.
I think that's why my audience does have a deep respect for you. We get numerous comments whenever you're on the program. To me, it's very simple. We give lip service to the word freedom, right? There's nobody, I can't force, I wish I could actually, but I can't force people to watch this show a full hour every night. I wish they would, I hope they will. I try to put on a good show so they will.
Speaking of freedom.
And you know, all I ask is 3 hours a day on radio, 1 hour at night on TV. But why is it now become like an alien concept, this thing called freedom? Nobody forces anybody to watch anything or listen to anything, and there are more choices out there than we've ever had before. Yeah. Why don't they use their freedom not to watch what they don't like or what they disagree with?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what is personally so troubling to me about these threats and attacks on our freedoms that are rooted in our Constitution, that are rooted in our identity as Americans. Freedom needs to mean something to us all. For me, I took an oath as a soldier and as a member of Congress to uphold and defend our Constitution. And so when I talk about the defense of free speech, whether I agree with what you're saying or not, that's something I have committed to giving my life to doing. Each of us as Americans have to understand and our own responsibility to stand up and protect that freedom in our own way and reject this censorship, and just remind people what this is all about and how if we allow these threats to continue and this censorship to continue, the power elite to spread their own controlling propaganda, we will lose who we are as a country. We will no longer have this democratic republic. We will have a dictatorship that is controlling what people are allowed to hear, what we're allowed to see, and what we're allowed to say, and we will be America no longer.
I'll tell you what, the next time you're on, you can ask me any question on any topic you disagree with me on, and don't tell me ahead of time, obviously, and we'll give you a chance to, because there are things we disagree on, but we appreciate you being with us. Congresswoman, as always, thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.